Okay, here I am. And we are here. And we're going to work through a tour of Duet AI, now known as Gemini AI. Please let me know if that Pretzel Rocks music is too loud. I'm going to turn it down anyways. Don't want it to take away too much from what I'm doing here. There we go. All right, let me get some light going here. All right, everybody. So my name is Spoiler Diakra, but I am a developer advocate for Google Cloud, and so I thought, hey, I should do some coding stuff. To both share and learn and get feedback, all that stuff. So, yeah, let's start with this. We're doing a series of conferences and called Roadshow, Duet AI Roadshow. It's going to be called that for a while, even though we just changed the name of Duet AI to Gemini AI because Gemini is a bunch of different things put together. So, all right. I'm worried about the distortion coming out of this mic right here. Hold on. Let's get the compressors, output gain. Maybe just nudge that down just a bit. All right. I hope that's good. Yeah. All right. Whoa. Okay. I'll try not to eat the mic too much. Anyways, so let's get started in this code lab. So the idea is this is just, it looks like in this lab, you'll use Duet AI, an AI-powered collaborator in Google Cloud. You'll get familiar with how you can use Duet AI, chat, and inline code assistants to generate code, understand code, and more. Now, I've already done a lot of stuff with Duet AI. So for me, and you know, if anybody cares, for me, I think Duet AI is actually a surprisingly useful tool for developers. I remember when all the AI hype was happening last year, I was like, why do I care? And the truth is, you know, that was a great question. I had to figure out what I could do with it. And Duet AI is a great way that they've integrated AI that knows about Google Cloud and knows about programming into the workflows of people working on Google Cloud so that I can just go in and really help speed things up, especially when it comes to stuff I already kind of understand, but maybe it's a code or code switching, you know, between or context switching rather, between two different things. Like if you go from just writing regular code and writing test code is a big difference. If you go into, you know, if you go into logs, you may like kind of remember it, but it can help you like get to the information you want really quick. Wow, maybe I should do a different channel. I think this channel is going to be too hype. I need something a little more lo-fi. Let's look for something chill. I mean, if I were playing a game, this would be awesome, but I'm not. So let's go a little more lo-fi. Yeah. That sounds good. I don't need stuff that's in my face. Okay, so anyways, so let's get started. So what will we do? We will use the Cloud Shell IDE to download an existing code template for a web application. Great. We'll use Duet AI Chat in that IDE to ask general questions about Google Cloud. All right, this is good. And we'll use AI inline code assistants in Cloud Shell IDE to generate, summarize, and complete code. All right. All stuff that I know. what I'll learn: how to use Duet AI for several developer tasks like code generation, code completion, and code summarization. Now, these are like the core of it for me, like code generation and code completion, because there is so much code that is like boilerplate. Like, we're not talking about AI being able to come up with a novel solution, but stuff that's been done a million times, and you just always have to remember, how did I do that again? Whenever you set something up, boilerplate or common tests, that's where this is useful, because I want to get to solving the really rough problems, you know? So the really, really chunky problems. Let's turn this mic down. It's just, ooh. Okay. So, okay, that seems better. Not hitting all the way up. All right. So yeah, that's what we'll do. And how to use Duet AI to learn about Google Cloud. Also good. Say you're working on a different cloud provider, for instance. I won't name names, but you can think of them. And then you come to Google Cloud and you know what you want to do, and you know how you do it on your other cloud provider, but you've got to figure out. So you can ask, how do I do this here? And it can help. So we'll do some of that. We'll need a Chrome web browser, a Gmail account, a cloud project with billing enabled. I have that set up for me special. I hope it's all working correctly. And Duet AI enabled for my cloud project. I believe it is. Let's go into my other tab here. And let's see. Duet AI admin. Okay, get started with Duet AI. Okay. We will go out to Piazza services. See what we have here. Duet AI admin. Here we are. Costs money, but right now it's free to try for, I think, until at least the end of March. But there was or at least just the other day. It was either March or maybe a different month, but looks like we will see. It looks like I have Duet AI already on this project, so I don't know why I'm worried. Yeah, Cloudy Stream. I've got Duet AI opened. Not enabled though. So the button's there, so let's enable it. Hey, over here. And it's funny because, this is the first time I'm doing a stream for programming. So I'm going to take a look at things like, how are we doing this? What if I took Chrome and I shrink it down? That's too small. Already too small. Well, over here on the right is Duet AI, and I will want to move that. So I'll have to create a different template for showcasing this, but there's things I can do. There's things I can do. Okay. So we've got our main Cloudy Stream, and it's now set up. Okay. So all right. Now, we want to set up Enable Duet AI in the Google Cloud project. Hey, I did that. Time to work for this. I thought I was going to have to do that ahead of time, but I didn't. When you open it up, it says Enable. That button there, that's what we did. And let's just ask it, what is Cloud Run? So once again, going back here, we'll say, what is Cloud Run? Wonder if I can move this. You know, what we can do that'll make this simpler is I will actually go into a different screen that is just the conversational assistants here. So I can go here and I can go, let's make this larger because it's hard to see. Yeah, there we go. What is Cloud Run? So we enter that and it looks like it's going to answer in 2 screens at once because it's open. So I'm going to close that there. All right, so it lets us know what it is. It's a managed compute platform that lets us run containers. Yes. I can deploy code in any programming language. Yes. If I can build a container from it. Cloud Run is a serverless platform. It's very nice, which means you need to blah, blah. Cloud Run is also a very cost-effective way for you to run a code. It is. It is. It's really nice. Cost isn't just about money, but it is about money. But not all that money goes to pay for your servers. It also goes to pay for people and their time. So Cloud Run's nice because you don't have to pay them to manage the infrastructure for you, as well as you don't have, you know. So that is very nice. You're just getting just a place to push stuff up. So it's beyond infrastructure as a service. It's let me look really quickly at the Bible here, the Visualizing Google Cloud by Priyanka Vergadia, who's my manager. That's why it's the Bible. It's just so good because it's got all these pictures. And pictures are good, but it's at the beginning of the book, I'm sure. There we go. Yes. Platform as a service. That's the word I was looking for. Platform as a service. Containers as a service. We got that too. We've got so much. It's crazy. Anyways, let's go back to the other tour. We added that. We asked that. Now, got that. Enable Duet AI in Cloud Shell IDE. Okay. Well, okay, we're going to open up the Cloud Shell and we're going to open up the editor. Okay, so let's go back down here to this. We're going to close this and we're going to activate the Cloud Shell. And maximize this. All right, and it's going to just take a moment to provision the machine for me. But I guess I should open the editor once it gets provisioned. But this is really nice too. Like, this is the terminal that you can open up. We have this both in the console, but also in the documentation. I was lucky enough before I became a developer advocate. One of the projects I worked on was taking this Cloud Shell terminal and putting it in the documentation pages. So, got it. So it's very helpful. So when you're seeing samples in the documentation page, you can do them. You can do stuff right there. So that's very cool. We're going to open the editor. So it's going to open that up for us. Oh no. There we go. Got to get out of that. Nope. If you see, try the new editor button, click that. Click the Cloud Code Sign-In button at the bottom, right there. Authorize plugins if instructed, and if I see no project. All right, sign in. Yes, I want to authorize Cloud Shell. Dang, yo. And now it's no project. So we need to open a project. Select Google Cloud project. And we want Cloudy Stream. Because that's the project we're working on. I don't know about you, A little lo-fi music while you're coding can really get you into the zone. If that's, you know, that's what you're doing. Sometimes I need something with high energy if I know exactly what I'm doing and I just need to do it. But sometimes when I'm need to be a little more creative, a little more problem solving. All right, so we did that. Ooh. And okay, so now we're over here. Cloud sign-in, optional. If you do not see the Duet AI in the status bar, you need to enable it in Cloud Code. Okay, so let's do Duet AI enable. So can I click on this? To proceed, go select project. Select the Duet AI project. Well, how about this one? The one I'm in. Yay! Okay, so we did that. Go back up here. And the cool thing is now I actually have the ability to do Duet AI here in chat. Over here now. It's for the project. As well as this other page. So I may end up closing this page because don't really need it anymore. Yes. And we select a projet. Okay. We will create a sample application, a Python Flask application that we will use to explore Duet AI's features. Follow these. Cloud project name in the status bar below. Click on New Application. Cloud Run, Python Flask, Cloud Run. It's a cloud. New Application. Cloud Run Application, Python Flask, Cloud Run. Oh, goodness. What do we want to call it? Save the new application to, well, I'll be. Well, I guess it's just, we're just going to hello world it. Let's hello world it, shall we? New application, Cloud Run application. Cloud Run. So yeah, we could totally do Cloud Run in Python, Go, Node.js, Java, .NET. Awesome. Okay, what's let's go hello world. Okay. I'm gonna do that. While you're doing your thing, I'm going to go over here. Notification confirms that you're created and a new window opens with your application loaded as shown below. The README file is opened. You can close that view for now. Wonderful. Hey, I'll close that view for now. Let's do that later. Okay. So we are going to start learning how to chat with Duet AI. So we've already done that somewhat outside, but now we can chat with this inside Duet AI. Now you can actually use the Google Cloud extension in VS Code that you have and get, I believe, the same functionality, if not just a tiny bit less. But like this Duet AI functionality that I'm going to show you today, absolutely. Okay, and this will bring up this. And what is Cloud Run, which is what we did before. So it's funny. Why are we asking the same question? We already got that answered. But we can go here. And when it's ready, we say like, what is Cloud Run? And very simple, just normal language that we use. Cloud Run is a managed compute platform. It's flatform shoes. Those are the shoes that are just flats. Platform that lets you run containers directly on top of Google's scalable infrastructure. Cloud Run is a serverless platform. Cloud Run, I believe I already mentioned this earlier. Some of you may not have been here for that, but it's a great choice for running stateless containers that need to be scalable and cost effective. Great. Wonderful. All right, so we have done that. It looks very similar to this, but it's not the same. It's one of the interesting things about Duet AI. Duet AI is not going to give you the exact same answers every time because it's generative AI. It's coming up with the answers. So we did that. So it's similar, but not the exact same information. So here's another one. What is the difference between Cloud Run and Cloud Functions? Let's see. What is the difference between Cloud Run and Cloud Functions? Do you know? I kind of know, but you know, I should. Okay, Cloud Functions and Cloud Run are both serverless compute platforms. Yes, you run code without having to manage servers. Wonderful. However, the difference. Functions let you deploy snippets of code written in a limited set of programming language, while Cloud Run lets you deploy container images using the programming language of your choice. Yes, basically. A Cloud Run also supports the use of any tool or system library from your application. Cloud Function does not let you use custom executables. Cloud Run offers a longer request timeout duration of up to 60 minutes, while Cloud Functions, the request timeout can be set as high as 9 minutes. Cloud Functions only sends one request at a time, while Cloud Run can send multiple requests in parallel. And then there's a table. I mean, this is in depth. And then the sources at the bottom tell you where it got this information. So, gravy. Awesome. I'm going to actually close this one out. I don't think I need it anymore. I don't need it. Okay, and if I do, then we'll do this. What services are available on Google Cloud to run containerized workloads? See, this is also one of the reasons why I do this. I haven't run through this before, so I'm going to learn with you what services are available on Google Cloud to run containerized workloads. I have some idea, but maybe not. Duet AI is working. You just do it and you get it. And now that it's going to be Gemini, it's going to be, you just Gemini and it's as easy as pie. I don't know. I had some cool, like, sort of like set it and forget it sort of thing with Duet. You just duet it and you get it. There are a number of services available on Google Cloud to run containerized workloads. Cloud Run is a serverless compute platform. That's what we've already been talking about. Cloud Functions is a serverless compute platform. App Engine is a managed web application platform. This is what I've worked with some in the past. Kubernetes Engine, GKE, is a managed Kubernetes service that lets you run containerized applications on a cluster of machines. It's a good choice for running complex applications that require a lot of resources and flexibility. Anthos is managed Kubernetes platform that lets you run containerized applications on a variety of platforms, including Google Cloud, on-premises, and multi-cloud. Anthos is a good choice for running applications that need to be deployed across multiple platforms. Yep, you got a lot of solutions. What do you need? What do you need? These are just a few of the many services available on Google Cloud to run containerized workloads. For more information, please visit the Google Cloud website. Well, we can. Okay, and what are the best practices to optimize costs while working with Google Cloud Storage? See how these are different kinds of functions, like what are the differences between what services are available? Now we're asking what are the best practices? And this is one of the great things about Duet AI versus another generative AI solution that might have, we've trained it on the best practices of Google Cloud. So, whereas other people haven't necessarily had those best practices that we have internally. So we've been able to really maximize how much help this can be for you. So let's look it up. And it really doesn't take that long. Imagine asking a person, what are the best practices? You know, like I like to think of Duet AI as sort of they call it a companion AI, and it kind of is. It's sort of like a peered programming or paired programming, but with somebody who's not quite, good. Like Duet AI is pretty good, but like, they're not creative. This person is, they're maybe just starting out. They're a junior dev, and they've got a lot of information. They've read a lot of books. And they can regurgitate information from a lot of books. But, well, maybe not books. I mean, a lot of sources, but metaphorically, a lot of books, I guess. And they've read it from a lot of sources. So they can regurgitate that information, and they can use it in different phrasing and show you in different ways if you request it. But they're not going to necessarily be as creative with it as you can be. So you can take that genius level of memory and use it to help you get information back quick rather than having to search for it yourself. Just by knowing what website to go to or something like that. There are a number of best practices that you can follow to optimize costs while working with Google Cloud Storage. These include: use Object Lifecycle Management. Object Lifecycle Management lets you configure rules to automatically move objects to different storage classes based on their age, size, or other criteria. This can help you save money. Why? In most cases, effective storage class for their use object versioning. Object versioning lets you keep multiple versions of an object in cloud storage. This can be useful for tracking changes to an object or for recovering a deleted object. However, object versioning can also increase your storage costs, so it's important to use it only when you need it. So that's important to know that it will cost you. So if you're optimizing for cost, use cloud storage classes. Cloud storage offers a variety of storage classes that offer different levels of performance and cost. The best storage class for your needs will depend on specific requirements of your application. Yes. Use cloud storage pricing options. Offers a variety of pricing options, including flat rate, on-demand, and sustained use discounts. And use Cloud. Google Cloud turns into Cloud. Use cloud storage tools. Google Cloud Storage provides a number of tools that can help you to manage your cost, including the Cloud Storage Optimization Tool and the Cloud Storage Pricing Calculator. By following these best practices, you can help to optimize your costs while working with Google Cloud Storage. Nice. Nice. Code explanation to help you be more productive. And this is where it gets really cool. All right. That's all helping you use the services and stuff. But for the most part, you're only going to need to do that once. And, you're like, oh, I looked it up. Maybe, those are not cases that you're going to use it every day. This is where you start to get into the stuff that you're going to use more often. So code explanation. Duet AI provides AI-powered smart actions in your code editor. You can use Duet AI to help you understand parts of the blah, blah, blah. Files are not as visible. Click the Explorer. Select Docker file. Okay, Explorer, Docker file. Okay. You can select any portion of the file contents. Click the bulb and then click Explain this. For example, the line that says entry point. Okay, entry point. Okay, so I gotta highlight it. That makes sense. Do this, and then I can explain this. So basically, what it does under the hood is it makes a query for this. So it basically says explain this, and then has that in there. So under the hood, that's what it's doing. The entry point instruction in a Docker file specifies the command that will be executed when the container is launched. Now, this takes more context than just this selected line of code. It takes the fact that it's a Docker file in a project, and those are kind of standardized. If you've got other tabs open, it's probable that you've opened in this session, at least. It's probable that it will take that context into consideration as well for any answers. And perhaps we'll get to see that. I haven't done this code lab before, so we'll see. set to Python and app.py, which means that the container will run the Python command with the app.py file as the argument. Entry point instruction is optional and is not specified. The container will run the command instruction if not specified, or the bin.sh shell. For more information on the entry point instruction, please see the Docker documentation. Docker documentation. Okay. So let's go to the pie. Hey, look at this. So this is where we've got this. So great. So go in here. Select the hello function. Feel free to select the lines that would like more get information on. So let's do the K service and K revision lines. And we could do the thing, because we could generate code, but there's nothing to generate, but it uses comments to generate code, and we'll get to that. Let's explain that. So once again, saying explain this, and this is what I've highlighted. The os.environ.get function is used to get the value of the environment variable. In this case, the function is being used to get the value of the K service and K revision environment variables. Takes two arguments, then it takes two arguments, the name of the environment variable and the default value. If the environment variable is not set, the default value will be returned. In this case, the default value is unknown service, K service, and unknown revision for K revision. Is a useful way to get value. So that, you know, it's talking about that. So here's something cool. Let's take something it didn't ask us to do. You know, the render template function is used to render HTML template files. In this case, the render template function is being used to render the index.html file. The message variable passed to the index.html file as the message variable. The service and revision variables are also passed to the index.html variables. So that's what they're called. This is just passing the variables here. It is a simple HTML file that displays the message, service, and revision variables. Let's do something interesting here. So we want templates and index.html. Okay. So we're going to want that. We're going to open up this open to the side. And there we go. So they're both open. Let's see if I get any other information when I try to explain this now. So now it's giving me this information. It's for the blah, blah, blah. Index.html file is a simple HTML file that displays the message, service, and revision variables that I have to choose to run the Flask app. That's down here. That's interesting that it debug false. I didn't even ask that. Where was? Interesting that it thinks that matters, but I guess it does. But I just wanted to see if it would show anything with relation to another file that I had opened. So sometimes it does, but okay. Try the following. Keep that. Go to Duet AI chat pane. Enter this prompt. Explain this file. Okay. We could. So we got it open. And we could just say, you know, there's got to be a, come on, people. There's not. All right. Oh, those are outside of that. Okay. Okay. So let's just type it here. We could just say explain this file. So this will take the whole file. And it uses the Flask framework. Tells us about the variables, the hello function here is made to the root URL, so it knows that that's the root URL. It has that knowledge that it can kind of like parse that. Message variable is a string that contains the greeting. So there we go. If name equals main, defines the main function that is only executed when the app.py file is run directly. The server port variable is an environment variable that is set by Cloud Run. The app.run function is used to run the Flask app, the debug files. So when it's in Cloud Run, this won't get run, is what it's saying. It's just when we run the app.py file, but Cloud Run it will not be. So I hope this explanation is helpful. Oh, it's awfully nice of you to hope. You can also select any part of the file and use Duet AI chat pane on the left. Enter the prompt, explain this. We'll explain only the selected part of the file. This is simple, similar to the bulb. You can also select part of the text and click the smart actions from the top right. Okay. Where are my smart actions in the top right? So if I go, let's do this. Oh, so they come up here. All of a sudden, import. Okay, so that shows up when we select code. So, but if I just have it here, okay, so that's where it was. I just needed to have the focus here. Whereas if I go here, let's try and explain an HTML file. There's an HTML file. Hey, we have an HTML file. Okay, so it does. Groovy. Did more than that asked for. All right. Okay, so now I know where that is. And there's basically 3 ways that you can do this. You can ask in chat, explain this file. You can highlight it and do this, or you can use the smart actions, which only are there when you're focused here. If I'm over here, it's not up here, but if I'm focused here, it knows the context. So it's like, okay, I can do something with this. I don't want this. Okay, anyways. So that's cool. Let's go to the next page. Let's generate some code with some prompts, shall we? I think they're going to want us to create a new file named utils.py. Okay. Let's... Oops. New field. No, I don't want any templates. Let's go at py. So then utils.py. All right, here we are. Let's take this comment here, which basically says function to print a list of blobs in the Google Cloud Storage bucket, and press enter for when the return. I like it. Enter, return. It may try to generate code as you type, but don't accept it. Okay, to trigger the code generation, control plus enter. So we just go control enter, and it starts generating suggestions. So there's one of one here. You'll see that. So I can just accept that, and that puts the code in right here. Oops. All right. In our, okay, Control Enter, accept. I can do it with tab, or I can hit the button. This code will give you something that looks about like that. Notice the squiggly lines. There are squiggly lines. This is because it may be subject to licenses. So that's important to know. We can ignore these for now. But if you're worried about that kind of stuff, then should be, you know, quite aware of that. So let's go here and we can just I want quick fix, ignore citation warning. Okay, that'll take that out. Ask the same prompt and get a response in the chat window. Okay, so if we were to take this, and we don't need to, but if we copy that and go into the chat window here, we can say, give me a and it's basically the same thing. And what we can do here is if we're right here, we can insert it into the current file. Right here, if we wanted. We can even do something here, open in a file, and it'll create a new file that it's given a name, but we want to give it, let's give it a name, utils2. All right, and so now that's there, and they're basically identical, so I can get rid of that. But it's very nice that what we've got is copied to the clipboard for use there, insert into a current file. It would insert it right where our cursor is. So we could do that, and you can sign to see there, and it would go right in. Or we can open a brand new file. So if you ask in chat, you've got a lot of options to you. Let's try some of these prompts. Okay. And we'll do this, and we'll go. This is weird. And what we want is Control Enter. We want to generate these suggestions. Boom. And oh, we've got some different options here. This is really good. You can see it just changes stuff. So we could accept that, but let's but it hasn't actually written anything yet. Oops. So let's do this again. And this time we can see it right in here the way we were asking for it there. Well, can't help me with this. You did? Ah, so that's interesting. Okay. So it's interesting that it can generate it in code here. And now I only get two different options. Also interesting. All right, so we did that. So let's check another one. Write Python code to initialize So we could do that. Generate suggestions. So BigQuery client. Let's go through this one and see what it says. Okay. We've only got one, so that's good. So let's take this. So it actually does a couple things. It initialized the BigQuery client, which is run BigQuery client. And here, let me see something. Did it? Don't see. So there's a question here. So we want to query BigQuery, and so do I need? I'm wondering here. So BigQuery is not a variable anywhere. So I wonder about that. That may not quite work. But it writes Python code to query the BigQuery table. Query job equals client.query. Okay. Oh, well, this is Python. Okay. Yeah. So some of this stuff, yeah. BigQuery table. BigQuery load job config. Once again, we got this here. Can ignore the citation warning. So this, it's have the table ID. Interesting. Okay. So that's what we've got. So let's move on to our next. Let's copy here. This is optional stuff. Oh, I see. We're doing the optional, baby. Write Python code to connect my application to Cloud SQL. Ooh, let's accept that. See, we can actually just click there too. So, oh, what's this? Invalid syntax. Notebooks. All right. That's all right. Because that is, so we're looking for environments. Once again, citation warning. All right. I think the problem is not the code it gave us, but the fact that I must have messed something up at the end of this. Oh yeah, I did. There we go. That's the problem. See? In a way, it helped me fix it, but that was the compiler. I could have asked why there was an error there. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Let's ask. Let's do this. Why is there an error in this code? Let's see if it says anything. What it thinks. And there it is in the first sentence. The error in this code is that extract BigQuery table function is missing a closing parenthesis. Aha. So, and that's the answer right there. So if I didn't know, you can ask questions like that and it knows. Oh. Same thing here. Awesome. All right, let's move on. What time is it? Okay. Just gotta make sure that I don't go too long because I have some other stuff that I'm doing. Okay. Get inline code suggestions while you code. While you write code, Duet AI makes inline code suggestions that you can either accept or ignore. Try this feature. We will modify utils.py file. One of the things we can do is provide the correct import statements if they are not in the generated code. Okay. Let's start there. Because we've done a lot of stuff and I was wondering about the import statements, so. Import. And then, ooh. Ah, yeah, look at that. So that took all the imports for stuff. So from Google Cloud, import BigQuery, which we did. Ooh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Go to the end of the utils file and add a line to invoke the function. List blobs function. Okay. So list blobs. And now it's giving me a bunch of different stuff, so. Ah, ha ha ha. My bucket name. Okay, great. So now we've got that done. I need to provide a bucket name, and you can use the following bucket name. Duet AI tour bucket. Run the sample code. Since we wrote code to list down the blobs and to install Google Cloud Storage Python library, go to requirements.txt. Google Cloud Storage. Okay, so requirement.txt. So we want to go here. Requirements.txt, and it looks like, yeah, we want. See the code in action. New terminal. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Terminal, new terminal. Okay. Control, Shift, and that. I have something weird set up in my language modes. All right, well, oh, there it is. Okay. So we want to go pip install our requirements.txt. Okay, let's not do that twice. Or 3 times. And we're downloading. And this is just work. This isn't showing you anything about Duet AI. And I will see how this works. Yeah. Put your wine in. Line 3, import Scroll Alchemy. Okay. Let's try and do this. Cannot import name pub sub v1 from Google Cloud. Unknown location, huh? So let's take this error. Wait, is it telling? Is it? But this is one thing you can do when you get errors. I hope I got it. So, anyways, you explain why I got this error. The error occurs when you try to import, the module is not installed. To resolve this error, you need to install the Google Cloud PubSub package. So we can copy that to the clipboard. Okay, I do not have storage objects list access. So basically at this point, this is telling me what to do, but like, let's see if I can ask it how I fix that error. How do I fix this error? Occurs when you try to list blobs and don't have permissions. To resolve this error, you need grant to the user service. To grant, so to see it actually gives me the answer that I was hoping for. And it gives you 2, going through the console or so we can do here. And I hope these things are already set. This one's an invalid argument. Okay. So we want project ID is cloudy-stream-413120 for me. And member is actually and this could be, you know, a service account. All right, so project set IAM disallowed member type. Okay. Added. Okay. I could have once again asked Duet AI for help, but why are we here if not that? I don't know. So let's try once again to run this. And what's oh. The resource just might not exist. Okay. Let's see here. They were telling me to give a specific name, so. Let's do this. Wonder if, I mean, we haven't built anything, so there we go. Yeah, so there is the bucket for us. So that's the one we wanted. So we needed to put that in there. Okay. All right, now I know that. So when I do this demo live, I won't not know that. It's a good call. All right, Daryl, we ran the sample code. And that works. Okay, congratulations! You've successfully worked with Duet AI on a sample project. And here are some things. So join me next time when I try something else. I don't know. I will do another one soon. So join me next time. I will go on to another one. I don't know if next time is going to be, it shouldn't be next week. So because I'm going to be traveling on Friday. So I will probably do it maybe this weekend. And we will talk to you later. Thank you very much. Have a good day.